What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Cryptographics. And today we're getting into the daily news updates for everything on the Pulsechain, Hex, Hedron, icosa, PulseX ecosystem. And we got a lot to talk about. Some interesting stuff that's happened over the weekend. And we've had a couple interesting announcements that have come out today in terms of where you can get Pulse. Just like in the title, there's two new places where you can actually get Pulse at the moment, aside from the OKX exchange and Kanga, I believe. So let's quickly pause here and let's welcome everybody in. I see Yossi. What is up? Greetings from Jerusalem. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to get to your question. The single-sided staking pools eventually here. I'm going to start that. Me Pulse. Everybody needs Pulse, man. Everybody needs Pulse. And I'm going to show you how to do that today. So Audrey Sherman, welcome. Peace and love from the Bahamas. Damn, I'm jealous. That's awesome. Welcome. Hex Huddle, what's up? Hex Love, what's up? You got Crypto Explained. What's up, my brother? What's up? Just got back from France, recharged my batteries and ready for another round. That's amazing. Wow. Hope you had a fantastic trip. That sounds awesome. France, man. Even just thinking about that's great. What's up, Guido? What's up, Graphics? Hey, man. How you doing? All right, guys. Feroz, RH makes supply of PulseX equal to world pop. All right, everybody's coming in here. What's up, everybody? All right, let's get right into it here. I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to talk about the first thing today. So check this out. We had, now the reason I'm showing this, Richard Hart retweeted this, and these guys retweeted this or posted this. I think it was a couple days ago or yesterday, May 28th. What day are we today? 29th. Yesterday afternoon, they posted this. And what is Beetroot? Beetroot is an anonymous exchange. And what it allows you to do is now swap PLS. So let's go to Beetroot real quick here. And you guys can't see that, so I have to switch my screen. Let me just switch this over here. What you're going to do is you're going to come down here. You go to the Anon exchange, and you're going to be able to connect your wallet and then switch anything you have in your wallet or anything, ETH, BTC, XMR, Zcash, whatever the heck, for PLS. And they've said they're going to come and get their logo fixed soon here. But if we go to, let's say, USDC, and we go to one, let's do a $100 buy 100. Buy. Oh, there we go. Let's do 100,000. Okay, so apparently you can't do less than 100, but that's fine. But 5.9 million Pulse. That actually sounds somewhat about right. So that's pretty cool. So this is one place you can come to get PLS finally, and you can switch USDC. You can switch your ERC20s for it. This is place numero uno for where you can come to get some PLS finally, and there's no KYC, no nothing. So let's go now to the second place. And I'm going to dig in deeper to this, and I will probably end up creating a video at some point on this in the near future once I get a little more time. But I also got back from a weekend away, so I am getting back into things and seeing what I missed. So let's go over the second piece of the equation here. And let's go to where is it? So now we're going to talk about Rabby Wallet. I think it's Rabby Wallet. Pulsechain is now supported on Rabby Wallet. If you're new to the ecosystem and looking to explore, first thing you'll need is gas. We've got you covered with an easy way to buy gas on Pulsechain instantly, introducing the gas top-up feature provided by Rabby. 2 of 2. By using the gas top-up feature, you can pay with tokens you have on other chains, and you'll receive gas on Pulsechain instantly. No approval needed, secure, no waiting. Unlock Pulse ecosystem right away with Rabby Wallet. Now, this is cool. For me personally, I mean, I have not even had a chance. I'm just seeing this morning, so I haven't had a chance to go in and fully check these guys out. So what I would personally be doing if I'm using, and again, guys, this is for any one of these. Well, specifically this because you'll be setting up a new wallet. I would be leaving funds that I was wanting to hold for a long time, not on this wallet. I'd be holding my funds still on a hardware wallet. Still, I mean, even on MetaMask versus this at the moment. But what I'm going to be doing, if I'm going to be using this, is to basically use this as an in and out situation. Use this wallet to bring funds on, buy PLS, send to my other wallet. Now, I personally don't need to. I am set up in terms of my pulse, but for you guys, I would definitely recommend using this as a temporary feature so that you can get in with your funds, like basically send your funds in here, get pulse, get back to your other wallet and get out. Because at this point, this is the first time I've seen these guys, and I would treat them as such until we can verify that they're just as adequate as MetaMask at this point. So that's super exciting. We got 2 new ways that you can get pulse without having to go to a centralized exchange. Right in your wallet, you're going to be able to go ahead and do that. So that's super cool. You do not need to do KYC. You do not need to give your personal info away to do any of these or both of these top-ups or methods of getting PLS. So that's super exciting. That's super exciting. It's happening. It's slowly happening here that we are getting the ability to get pulse on mass scale. So I'm super excited about that, guys. Let's just see here. Let's see. What's up, Gatza? What's up, bro? Antonio L. Are you launching a project on Pulsechain? No, definitely not. Absolutely not. Fred PDRL. Hey. Thoughts on the Rabby wallet? Yeah, we just got about that. What's up, Dixon? Good to see you, bro. Rabby wallet. It's kosher. Let's see here. Gustav. Cryptographics. Hey, is there some sort of cap on how much coins can be burnt? For example, on PulseX, it's almost 80 billion already. Let's segue to the next part of the string where I was just going to show you what's going on with the burn. So let's do that right now. Okay, this is perfect. Thank you for that segue. That was great. And let's go there right now. Okay, so as you can see here, the total supply, including the origin address, is 143 trillion supply. Now, if we exclude the OA and we just look at user supply, there's only 21 trillion tokens in supply. And there's 79 burnt. There's 79 billion that have been burnt so far and counting. We're basically almost at 80 billion, which is nuts. So here's where things get a little crazy. So there's a few moving parts you have to keep track of. So 79 billion is crazy bullish. Like, that's unreal. But you might be thinking, okay, well, if there's only 21 trillion supply and whoa, look at this, only 2.2 trillion PulseX in liquidity pools, well, are we going to burn up our supply forever? Well, liquidity pools don't allow, it's not like the supply can just be eaten up forever, because what happens is the price works on like an exponential scale, right? In terms of the available supply and the price and how they correlate. So if you can imagine your price is here right now, if we go towards zero, it's not like a straight line or like a linear line down. It's an exponential. So the lower we get, the harder it is to get zero. We can never fully get to zero. So the price, no coins, basically the price can never get to zero if all the coins are dumped in there, right? Can never fully get to zero. And if all the coins can't actually be burnt from supply, because the closer we get to all the coins in or all the tokens in supply being burnt, the closer we get to an infinitely high price. And we can never hit, there's no max we can hit, and no, we can't hit zero. But the thing to keep in mind here is it's not like we're just going to go there no matter what. It depends, right? Because as price goes up, right, every dollar buys less PulseX out of the buy and burn function, right? So over time, it's like a diminishing scale in terms of, if we have, let's say we have the exact same amount of dollars being used to buy PulseX every single day, then the amount of PulseX that's able to be bought right now is going to basically go up and only flatline, right? So over time, actually, it should be basically, if we're starting here, this is our ground zero, and over time, our purchasing amount with the same amount of dollars used on the buy and burn per day should slowly taper off, because as the price goes up, like I said, every single dollar will buy less PulseX over time. But there's another caveat to this. And it's not really a caveat in terms of, is the supply going to be burnt? But what's interesting here is this. This is the thing to pay attention to, because there's like 3 layers we've talked about. We've talked about the main supply, which is 143 trillion. We've talked about the user supply, which is 21 trillion. And I've mentioned and glossed over what liquidity there is. Now, there's 2.2 trillion PLSX in supply currently. This means there is 2.2 trillion PLSX in all liquidity pools across the PulseX exchange. This is important because 79 billion. So if we go, I don't think you guys are going to be able to see this. Let me just share my whole screen here so you guys can get on the same page as I am here. Let's just see. Okay, let's go here. It's here. Okay, so if we have 2.2, so let's make a trillion, 2,200. So we'll go 2,200 and we'll add plus, we'll go 79. So we've had a total of 2.279 trillion tokens that have been in supply, or in liquidity pools. Okay, so now if we go, let's see here, 79 divided by 2279. So we've had 3.4% of the available PulseX that has been in liquidity completely burnt. 3.4%. Okay. That's nuts. Now, here's why it applies to the original question of like, well, is all of the PulseX going to get burnt? Well, at some point here, like when this supply gets cut in half, the price of PulseX will basically do a 4x, right? And every half from there is another 4x. Okay. So you got to think about this in terms of all the supply can never be diminished. It can't. It's impossible the way liquidity pools work. Either the closer we get to our supply and liquidity being diminished, the closer to infinity in price that we are. So, I mean, technically speaking, you kind of want there to be little liquidity and high prices in terms of the tokens. I mean, if there's low tokens with a high dollar value, there's lots of dollars in liquidity, and that means the price is just stupidly high. So I hope that answers the question, because I went a few different directions there with that. But it's stupidly bullish. It's stupidly bullish. And you don't have to worry about all tokens being burned, because it's only burning what's in liquidity, right? And this is about 10%. Liquidity is 10% of the user supply, roughly here. And that's only going to diminish over time. All right, let me just stop my screen share here for a sec here. Let me just check in. Pulse listing all my, yeah, exactly. Hey, graphics. Always great content, buddy. Thank you for that. Wake Dog, what's up, my brother? No cap on burning. Exactly. There is no cap on burning. However, the liquidity pool itself will cap the amount of PulseX burnt per dollar, because it will end up forcing the price up eventually and not allowing, and we'll basically have, as the price goes up, we just won't get as much PLSX bought and burned over time. So it's a crazy situation. So let's go back though to PLS burn, and let's keep talking about everything going on there, because there's more. Okay. So we've got the PLSX price here. PLSX is up 16% day after day. Hex is up 26%. Okay. And let's go. I need to share my window here real quick with you guys, because I want the whole screen to be able to flip back and forth with these different tabs here. So let's go to the PulseX price. PulseX seemed to break out of its trend, which was pretty cool. Looks like it's doing a little reversal here. We'll see what happens with that. We might be, could be retesting, and we could, hopefully we break that, or at least consolidate up here. That'd be sweet. And if we go back to Wrapped Pulse, see what Wrapped Pulse is doing. Wrapped Pulse is following an interesting trend. It's breaking. It's moving upwards, it looks like. This is good. And this is good. And we've broken out of this trend that we've been doing here. This could be the beginning of something, but we'll see. Lots of work to do before we can actually confirm that this is the move we've been waiting for, the beginning of the move. So Pulse is up. PulseX is up. Where's Hex? I believe Hex. It's the nice little breakout candle. Look at this. Boom. That's awesome. That's so cool to see. And where is EHEX as well? EHEX did a little breakout as well. I think they did. Let's go to the 4-hour here. Came back down a little bit, but still did a nice run yesterday. It's pretty good. It's pretty good from like basically 1 penny to 1.6 pennies. Don't count EHEX out, guys. Be patient. Make the moves that make the most sense. Don't just make a move because everyone's saying to make a move. Please think for yourself. All right. And back to the buy and burn, or back to PLS burn. So we've had 1.8 billion pulse burnt at this point. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty damn sweet. The hexes are holding each other up, or the hexes are holding up just fine. Incentive token is lagging a little bit behind with only 1.5% burnt. And here's an update to PLS burn. This is really cool. They have all the blocks now showing the amount of PLS burnt per block. Really cool. How many transactions are in the block? Man, again, kudos to you guys at whoever's built PLS burn. This is awesome. The bridge is unclogged. It's pretty much synced right up. Everything is looking fantastic. The TVL, so total value locked in the PulseX liquidity pools, is climbing back up to 422 million. Validators, they're kind of plateaued around basically 20,000, but damn, we're looking good. And gas prices, 1,600 PLS to do a PulseX swap. Amazing. Well, things are looking very, very good on the Pulsechain side. Now, we haven't done this in a bit, so let's go check out what's happening with Hedron and icosa. So we're going to look at these guys because we've been kind of neglecting them, looking at them on the channel here. But check this out. So right now, Hedron is sitting at 6 zeros and 7. That is way down. Way down. Let's go to the 4-hour. Now, for any, like, look at this. It's actually so cool to see how everything is doing the same move. Do you guys see this? Okay, look at this. I'm going to duplicate this. We're going to go to a different price chart here. We're going to go to PulseX. And then I'm going to duplicate this so you guys can see this real time. Because this is really important to understand what's happening with this Pulsechain ecosystem. Okay. And we're going to go back here and let's pick our Pulse. And let's do one more. Let's just pick Hex. Okay. I want you guys to watch. Look at this chart. Look at this chart. Let me just delete some of this stuff here. Do you see any similarities? Let's just delete the Bollinger Bands here. One sec, guys. Do you see any similarities here? Oh, God. What's happening? Why did that do that? The wick, man. Dangerous wick. Look at this. Look at these charts. See correlation? They're not the exact same. But man, are they similar? This is the effect of Hart's law. This is the effect of bonded liquidity. When everything goes down, or when wrap pulse goes down, everything goes down with it. When wrap pulse increases in dollar terms, look at this. Everything magically starts coming up. See this? This is real time showing you what is going on under the hood and why, if we go to the PulseX exchange, and by the way, if you want to go to the analytics page and you're like hovering over here and you don't see the info, just click on the 3 dots and it will bring you to this page. Okay. But again, liquidity, everything goes up, everything goes up, everything goes up, everything goes up, and then down at the same time. So liquidity, 168 million. Damn. Let's go to the farms for a sec here and check on something. Let's change I like this view better. Let's see here. Where was I going with that? I don't remember where I was going with that. But basically, this is a real-time visual on what's going on and why. If we look at all these pools, why they have so much, why they're being incentivized to be paired with Pulse. And then if we go to the Pulse liquidity, we see that the biggest or the largest pairs for pretty much everything is probably going to be with Pulse, Incentive, USDT, Wrap Bitcoin, Hex, PLSX, Hex. Let's see here. Hedron, right? Hedron has 271,000. Where is it here? Is there an icosa? Icosa doesn't have one in here yet. That's fine. Basically, the thickest liquidity, even if we go to Hedron here, thickest pair, Wrap PLS, right? Look at this. It's like basically almost 5 times the amount of liquidity in the next pair to PLSX, right? And that's why you're seeing this correlation here. That's Hart's law. It's tied to liquidity. The thicker the bond between two tokens that aren't denominated specifically in or based in US dollar values, the more like that these, when liquidity is paired, are going to track each other. Like, look at that. This is the whole ecosystem moving up and down together. This is real time Hart's law. Let me take a pause here real quick. And Stephen Colburn, thank you, man. I appreciate the $10. Keep up the good work. I appreciate you, man. Hope you have a great day. Let's see here. Anyone else buying EHEX and staking? Man, it's not a bad time. Why does the bridge go higher than 100% sometimes? It's a good question. Very good question. I haven't actually dug into why that one's going on and why that's going on like that. Judd, Rabby is mad legit, actually. That's dope. Okay, well, like I said, I need to do more research and figure out exactly what's going on there. But in the interim, that's the way I'm just going to be approaching it, where it's just like in and out kind of situation. Get in, do your business, get out. Public washroom type situation. So that is the way that I'm going to be treating that. But I hope you guys are also seeing these charts and understanding just how crazy this is in real time. And this is only the beginning. Only the beginning. And I don't think really, like, yes, there's probably going to be different tokens that are going to do better than others in this ecosystem. But when everything gets pulled up together, everything's going to be affected by whatever Pulse does, PulseX, and all these major liquidity pools that are tied to everything else. PulseX price prediction 2030, higher than it is now. That's all I'm going to say. And I know you're probably just going to shake your head and be like, oh my God, okay, whatever, bro. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say. I'm not giving any price predictions. PulseX pool, any ideas? Man, great question. I wish I knew the answer to that. Right now, I'm going to share my screen so we can talk about it again real quick. And then we're going to go back to Hedron, icosa, and we're just going to talk about them because I have been neglecting them a little bit on the channel with everything going on. Let's go to PulseX. We're going to go to the Earn tab, go to Pools, and the PLSX pools. So what this is, guys, these are coming hopefully soon. We don't know exactly when, but when this happens, expect people to go wild. This is going to be nuts. These pools here, they may not be nearly as lucrative, and they probably won't be as lucrative as the farms, but they don't have the risk. So there's not as much at stake. You actually don't have really any risk in these pools in terms of like there's no permanent loss. You don't lose your tokens. There's only the classic, like you're staking your tokens in a protocol and they're no longer in your wallet type of risk. Now, obviously, the code is battle tested and it's Richard Hart stuff. So it's about as trustworthy as it gets. So, but still keep that in mind. But in terms of comparing it to like liquidity pools, no, it's incomparable. So that's coming hopefully soon. Hopefully very soon. Exactly. Okay. Before we get to the time today, though, I want to talk about, and I want to go to icosa, and we're going to go to Dex Screener to icosa. And look at this. Icosa's tracking those the same way everything else is. Everything is tied to Pulse, right? Everything is tied to Pulse. And let's see what the price in Hex is doing. Should be, let's do the 4-hour. Damn, icosa's out here now looking like a stable coin. Well, it was. Okay, maybe not now. Because it's rising, so it went from 4 all the way to 9, 10. We're kind of floating around 9. Like a little bit of a downward trend here. But it's pretty much sideways here at this point. So that's cool. Icosa's kind of holding its own. Probably awaiting the news from Alex to be for when his NFT marketplace is going to pop up, as well as any news on Rocket Pool. Let's see what icosa is doing on Ethereum. Definitely down quite a bit further than the Pulsechain counterpart here. Let's just go to the 4-hour. I'll just go to the daily chart. Nope. Did I break it? Nope. Sweet. Yep. Getting hammered pretty good. Getting hammered pretty good. But, okay. We've risen about like 20% here. This is the thing, right? You got to look down here. So from 8.9, we've risen about 23%. So it's still, everything's following that same pattern with the prices. So now we're kind of up a little bit on icosa, and it's going to be interesting to see how these play out. And it's really showing us that they're going to be independent in some sense, and they may have different values and different opportunities that pop up with the Ethereum side versus the Pulsechain side for any of these tokens like Hex, Hedron, icosa. You're going to see different moments in time where it makes sense to go one side versus the other, depending on prices and all sorts of stuff. So keep that in mind when looking at these. If you're just looking at this and you're thinking, oh God, right? Oh God. Well, just change your timeline, change the look at the Pulsechain side versus the Ethereum side, measure things out, weigh them out as best you can, and try not to get wound up in the emotional side, in the tribal side that is easy to get swept up in. Sweet. All right. Let's see here. Bufo on the beat. What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Quick question. Do you know if ETH to PLS.com is legit and safe to use? I haven't heard anyone in the community talk about it, so it's very skeptical. Could you please do a review on it? I have not had a chance to. I should look at it, but I've seen mixed things online. I'm staying away from it for now, but I like it. I can definitely write that down right now. It's called ETH2Pulse.com. ETH2Pulse.com. Big question mark. I will look into that today, and I'll possibly make a video on it if it's good to go. Thanks for that, man. Based on Hart's law, does that mean Pulse native tokens make for wise LP farming over non-natives? Pulse native tokens, not necessarily, but it depends, right? If you're farming if you're farming native tokens, yeah, they might all go up together, but you also might get more fees on the LP farming side with non-natives to natives. So like if you're farming both the, what's it called? If you're like, let's say eHex to Hex, right? Then you're going to have probably like the liquidity on that's pretty good right now. I think it's like 16 million or something like that. You may get decent volume, and you might actually hold a little bit more of the LP because maybe there's not as many people doing it, but it's situational. It's not like always it's going to make sense. It's literally just situation to situation and measuring out the rewards, measuring out the risk, looking at the volume, and seeing just what the data shows before just like putting blanket statements on like this. Because yes, there is possibility that there's a general benefit to maybe doing native farming versus both chain LPing, but it's not always going to be the case. So just take it with a grain of salt each time. Look at it like it's a brand new situation, weigh everything out, and then make a decision. How can I see my airdropped Hex that is staked on ETH in Pulsechain? Go to app.icosa.pro. I'm going to put in the chat .icosa.pro, and And this is where you go to see your hex stakes on the Pulsechain side. I actually think go.hex.com is up right now as well. I was checking that last night and I thought I saw go.hex.com up, but I didn't go to my actual wallet to check. So I messed that one up. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to check it out and I'll see. Let's see here. Any idea why one is kicked out of the LP? One kicked out of the LP? I'm not sure. I actually don't know. I'd have to look into it, but I'm not sure, man. No problem, Bufo. I got you. Robert, no problem. And let's just go there real quick, and I'm going to show you. Just go present. So just another recap here, app.icosa.pro. Hex tab, all your hex stakes. Sometimes you have to just refresh this page as well. All your hex stakes are always going to be here, as well as go.hex.com. And you'll see them in this bar down here, and you'll see actions, and you can end the stake there if the stake is over. But make sure you mint your Hedron before your stake is done. Okay? Please don't end your stake first. You will never get your Hedron back. Awesome. Okay. I am out of time. I got to prepare for my first call of the day, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys learned something. And again, tune in tomorrow, same time, every day this week and every day next week. We're going to be doing the daily updates on the ecosystem, what's going on, how you can get Pulse if there's any new stuff going on there, what's going on with liquidity, farms, PLSX, single-sided staking pools, the whole 9 yards. So thank you for watching. If you want to learn from me directly and you want help understand this ecosystem, getting on board and doing or just learning how to operate with the ecosystem and get involved, I do one-on-one coaching calls for 30 minutes and 1 hour. You can go in the description below and book one today if you want to go ahead and do that. I also have a donation link, as well as I have a book on Amazon that if you want to learn a ton about this whole ecosystem, I highly recommend going and downloading either the free Kindle or going to cryptographics.com in order to get the free PDF, or going to Amazon and getting the paperback or hard copy version for yourself. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. I really appreciate that. Share this out if you enjoyed the stream, and have a great rest of your day. I will see you guys tomorrow.